says we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early. Smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video. Spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig. You know what I'm talking about? Let me scroll up. See who we got in the building thus far. Quick roll call. We got King Strict in the building. What's happening with it, homie? James Brown in the building. Southpaw Boxing 77 up in here. Warren Richards. Miami Snoopy 305 up in the building. Malik up in here. The Brothers UK. Dirt Gang Boss in the building. Black Attack. Ajax. What's that? Ajax? I don't know what that name is, brother. Mike Bates Boxing. What's happening with it? DJ Zion Love up in here. Tamir Ali. Frank from the Land. Carolina Slim. Who we got here? Black Swan in the building. Cletus, a.k.a. Big Texas. What's happening with it, fam? You know that's an old school brother there. Brother named Cletus. That brother named Cletus. See, Cletus. See, I like that. See, Cletus, he smashed the gas on all the old chicks. If you over 40, Cletus fucking the shit out of them bitches. I bet you that right now. Nigga named Cletus, you forget about it. He getting all the old pussy. Yeah, girl. Cletus came over here last night. Cletus came over here, girl. You know. Justin Jacobs in the super chat. What's happening with it? I mean, not in the super chat. Salute, Justin Jacobs. Whatever, man. Mr. Sheldon, LDBC, and nothing in the building. The lovely Queen 71. Salute to Queen 71. Me and Queen 71 did a collab on my Patreon on the Supreme Supporter tier. Me and Queen 71 did one. Nice collab, real good one. Good feedback on that, so make sure y'all check it out. YGB 2022 in the building. G Code Wody up in here. Stephen L. the Mizak up in the building. Chef Boyardee. Oak Cliff Sensei. Charles Jameson. My homie, Combat Tool Bag is in the building. What's happening with the Combat Tool Bag? Robert Singleton. The homie Cadillac Red up in here. J7. Jose Diaz. Pugilism and Politics. What's happening with it? Yeah, y'all get them likes on up, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the gas on the like button, you know what I'm saying? Smash the gas on the like button. Get them all the way up. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got a lot of haters out here. It's a whole lot of them. You pray and pray on my downfall. You dig? You know what I'm saying? I'll be on here. I got one little hour. I come on here and talk. I respect everybody's time. I get out the way. I let all the young homies eat. I let everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of haters, bro. No matter what time I go on, no matter what time I can do my live at 7 o'clock at night, prime time. Everybody want to do their show around the time I do my show. I go at 7 in the morning. Everybody going to start doing their show at 7 in the morning. I go to 5 o'clock. Everybody going to do their show at 5 o'clock. Bro, y'all pay attention. They're outside. Haters is outside. Let me see here. Random Thoughts. What's happening with it? Mansa Musa. Emperette. SM. Set the Tone. The homie Chesamane in the building. Stormy B-Man up in here. Ruben Escobedo. Johnny Q. Carolina Slim. Shaquani Bo. Say, is we still doing Trill? I said this before, bro. Trill, we still doing Trill. We're just taking a break from Trill right now. Everybody got personal lives and things that we got to take care of in our personal lives. So, you know, once everything gets situated, we'll be back doing Trill. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that's in the building, though. Salute to everybody that's in the building. You dig? What's up, young Abel? I see you in here. Let me see here. I just missed somebody. Hold on. Aubrey D in the super chat showing love, much appreciation. Homie says salute 78. Just joined the Patreon. Looking forward to the great content. Thank you, brother. Yeah, new Patreon content is up. I got some more Patreon content coming. I usually drop Patreon content, a bunch of videos on Sundays, but I'm gonna drop some more this week. And also, just to let y'all know, I changed the setting on Patreon. So whenever you sign up, if you sign up on the day you sign up, you're gonna get charged 30 days later. Okay? Instead of if you sign up too late in the month, you turn around and get charged again on the first, you'll be charged 30 days later when you sign up. All right, and you can also pay for it up front for the whole year. Skate Talk in the super chat, appreciate the love. He says, appreciate your hard work and constant uploads. Been watching your videos for about a year now, and you never fail to deliver great content. Salute. Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that support. Salute to you. Yes, sir. Much love in the super chat. All right. And we got the lovely Ashley's Corner, First Lady of the Mighty, LDBC, in the building. It's Monday, so you know how we do. What's up, Ash?
What's good? What's good, 78? What's good to everybody that came through? Shout out to the LDBC. I'm chilling, yo. What's good with you?
Oh, chilling. You know, same old shit, you know. But talk this good boxing talk. So we're going to talk about these fights. Did you get a chance to see Tony Harrison fight the weekend?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I seen it.
We're going to talk about it. Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? So, Tony Harrison, first of all, when this fight was announced, I was kind of shocked because I was expecting Jermell Charlo versus Tszyu boy, Tim Tszyu. And then they said Charlo got injured or something like that, and Tony Harrison was stepping in to fight him. And I was like, whatever, man. Whatever. I don't think much of Tszyu boy. I know he can punch, but I mean, he hasn't really shown me a lot. Tony Harrison got more experience, but then again, Tony Harrison, he's not really reliable. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever. I rooted for Tony Harrison though. So I'm watching the fight, and I don't want. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get your opinion of what you saw in Tony Harrison versus Tszyu boy.
What do you mean?
I mean, what
would take place?
What did you think of the fight, though? Your breakdown.
Okay. Tony Harrison honestly looked like he's mentally old. He did look like he was in some cheeks in that sometime during that week that he was having sex or something because his legs wasn't cooperating with the rest of his body. And he didn't even look like himself. Usually he moves around the ring trying to do some slipping, some floating. He didn't do that. He looked like he was fighting in the amateurs, and he was like fighting. He was punching the score instead of punching to actually hurt or set something up. But shout out to Tim Tszyu. Every time he threw that right hand, that his uppercut was coming, and he was scoring and landing with it. He was counterpunching the boxer very well, and it just make you think that Tim Tszyu seen something we didn't see, by even allowing what's his name, Tony Harrison to fight him, or picking Tony Harrison to fight him. You see the whole build up. Tony Harrison was all giving him props and being shocked and surprised that he picked a boxer like him to step in before his title shot, and now we see why. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now we see why. I don't as far as the fight though, the breakdown of the fight, Tony Harrison looked like he was trying to start out jabbing and then, begin to throw some combinations and try to put on a boxing clinic, but By the time the second round came, I knew that he would have to do more than what the hell he was doing. And when he got caught, what was it, the third or fourth round, and knocked him back a couple, I was like, yeah, this fight's pretty much over. Right. Because the shot that he landed looked effortless to land, and he didn't have to do much to land that shit. And when it hit him like a ton of bricks and knocked him all the way back to the ropes. Like, I was like, man, that shit's gonna happen again and again and again and again. But it seemed like Tim Tszyu was just waiting to pull the trigger. Like, he said he wanted to stop him in the ninth, and he waited until the ninth to do everything he did. Tony got hit with like 9 rights. Like, he was throwing a right like this over and over and over, nothing but this, and just landing with it over and over again. I'm like, yo, Tony, wake up, bruh. Later on in the round, he got hit by like 5 uppercuts in a row. I'm like, bruh, like, this fight is over, bruh. The fight's over. And soon after that, he went falling down, and the ref stopped the fight. The ref could have stopped the fight earlier than that, if you ask me, man. No, when he got up, he was not sturdy and ready. He waited until 8 seconds to get up. And then when he got up and walked to the left and the right, he was not sturdy. So anybody that's thinking that they should have left the fight, they should let it continue, man, he would have got knocked out worse if that fight would have continued. He wasn't even protecting himself. And that's what the ref is there for, to stop the fight when you are no longer protecting yourself. He was standing there like this, just getting hit in the top of his head and not doing shit. He was standing there like this and just getting hit in the top of his head. But like, bro, you look like you're getting jumped right now, and all you can do is just ball up and just hold yourself. Like, yeah, He did it. Move out the way, block him, push him, hold him, bite the motherfucker, something. That shit look bad. It looked bad.
Yo, you know how I know Ashley is a hood chick? Ashley just said, Ashley said he looked like he get jumped. That's exactly what you do when you get jumped. You put your back against the wall and you just start throwing, you just sit there and curl up. Look, that's exactly what the fuck he did, yo. This nigga sat back there and let this man pound on him. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You acting like it's 5 niggas fighting you or some shit. It's one dude fighting you, bro. Tony Harrison, I'm going to be honest, I was extremely disappointed in him. I'm going to be real, though. I got to say this. I don't like the fact that niggas is trying to low-key blame Alicia Baumgartner for this shit, talking about he was smashing her or whatever the fuck case may be. First of all, there's no evidence of that. Second of all, even if he was smashing her, it's his fucking responsibility. He know he got a fucking fight coming up. You know what I'm saying? He know he got a goddamn fight coming up. Don't put that on that girl and shit. You know what I'm saying? No, that nigga
came up not smashing Alicia. All right. He's not smashing Alicia.
Right.
He might be smashing, but he ain't smashing her. I don't believe that shit for 2 seconds.
No, I don't believe it either. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that shit. At least she like big old nigga like myself. You know, I'm just bullshit. But no. But anyway, salute to 619 Cali Factor Dago in the super chat showing love. Appreciate the support, homie, with the 5-piece chicken nugget. He says, salute, brother 78 and sister Ashley. Tony's legs are gone. His reaction time is horrible. He needs to retire. I agree. I think at this point, if that's what we expect to see from Tony Harrison, even in wins, if you're fighting that way, you need to retire. I mean, that's how do you have that big of a swing in your boxing style? You know what I'm saying? Even if you got some pussy the day of the fight, you don't forget how to fight, man. You don't forget how to fight. This man was not using the ring at all. It's almost like he had a bet or something. Like somebody told him, hey, don't use the ring. Stand toe-to-toe. Let's see what you can do toe-to-toe. I didn't understand it for the life of me, you know. And he had a jab, you know. And it wasn't even a meaningful jab most of the time. It was like a distraction jab. But usually when people throw a distraction jab, it's so they can follow up with a fucking right hand. And he would never do it. He would never throw the motherfucker. Like, how many times did he throw the right hand? What, 10 times the whole fight?
Not that many. Not even that.
Or 8, 7, some crazy wild shit. I'm like, what the fuck is Tony Harrison doing? I was mad watching that shit, for real. I was heated. Because, and like I tell people, it wasn't because he lost. I expected a 50-50 type of fight. He could lose that fight. I was mad at the way he was fighting. It was so
weight loss. Yeah.
It's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? This is not. You can't win the fight like this. You're fighting a puncher, bro. You're fighting a puncher, and you standing in front of him, and you're not using the one thing that you got that Tszyu doesn't have is you got legs. You can circle the ring, and people say, "Oh, it was a small ring." No, fuck that shit. He still could have moved. He still could have moved. You listen. When my mama used to try to whip my ass, this little ass room, I used to run around that motherfucker, dipping around that little ass room. You can evade some shit in a little ass space. I don't want to hear that shit. He had a big ass fucking ring. The ring was too small. Man, get out of here with that shit. But anyway, why do you think? Do you think actually it was more of what Tony Harrison didn't do, or more of what Tim Tszyu did do?
I think for sure is what Tony didn't do, because his brother even told him after the fight. He set Tony down and told him he don't want to see him fight no more. Now, if it was Tim that did it, they would just go back in the gym. You're not gonna let the Australian beat your career. You know what I'm saying? And you just go back in the gym, work out, come back, But it was Tony. I think Tony said it was something wrong with his legs in the corner. Like, he couldn't do nothing. And he didn't even, by that time, he didn't take that much damn punishment to the body for him not to move around. He really wasn't mobile from the first round of the whole fight. So I think it was mostly Tony. It was Tony probably being in his head, not having it. And his brother said he's seen a little bit of what he's seen in the fight, as far as him being complacent mentally and not doing what he needs to do, and legs moving the way they needed to be moved in camp. His brother said he's seen a little bit of it in sparring. So he know that his brother's probably done. You know what I'm saying? He's probably a little crispy around the edges. You need to hang them gloves up for real. Because right now it's going to be about your health. You at 154. Them boys don't hit soft. And if you really going to allow the top part of your cranium to be open like that, they're going to wind up for it and hit it over and over again, just like Tim Tszyu did. He gave Tim Tszyu a highlight reel on somebody that used to be a champion, somebody that beat the man, and the man being Charlo. You gave Tim exactly what he wanted. And I mean, you did try to fight, but it seemed like he knew that he really couldn't do nothing with Tim Tszyu by the third round. It looked like to us, but he probably knew after the first time he felt Tim's power that this is probably going to be some shit.
Didn't he look defeated early in the fight?
Yes.
His facial expressions after the first round, I saw his face.
And he looked tired.
Yeah, he looked tired and defeated. Like, I'm like, what the fuck happened, bro? What the fuck is? I'm like, I knew this nigga. I'm like, bro. I was telling the people I was watching the fight with. I told Cali Ray, I said, look, bro, this motherfucker he's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out. I could see it in his face. It was no hunger. There was no swag there. What was the swag when you was fighting Charlo and shit? You know what I'm saying? What was that guy? This motherfucker just like, bro, what are you doing? Whatever, man. It is what it is, though. But let's talk about this, though. Now, Tim Tszyu has a slew of new fans or people who pretend like they've been fans of him. You know what I'm saying? And they out here deep, and they talking hellified shit, and they saying that he gonna stop Charlo. He gonna stop Jermell Charlo. What's your thoughts on that fight? Does Tim Tszyu stand a chance against Jermell Charlo?
No. Stand a chance, yeah. I don't think he's gonna stop him. No. I don't think he can beat Charlo. Tony is not a really power puncher. He's not really a hitter like that. He's beyond his point, as you can see. He shouldn't even took that fight. And he's a boxer. Like, Tony's a boxer. Charlo got different styles to him, you know what I mean? And he works the jab. He's powerful himself. A lot of me is looking at Tim Tszyu's, as far as knockout record and him having so many knockouts, is him fighting in Australia. Competition is just different every year. And Jermell Charlo fought a lot of big names. And for him, and I think he still has more knockouts than Tim Tszyu, even though Tim Tszyu's percentage is higher. So when I look at them two fighting each other, it's a totally different fight than what he fought Tony. Don't compare him not whatsoever for Charlo, and I think you know that and his team. Um, Charlo's the type of person that's going to move around the ring. He got big legs. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to. I've never seen him not being able to use his legs physically. You know, sometimes the only problem that Charlo be having is waiting. He'll wait for another fighter. That's why he lost his title to Tony. He was just waiting because all Tony was throwing was jabs and it was really nothing. Tony was putting it together for the most part, but he was throwing a lot of jabs and Charlo was looking at that as nothing, but he ended up winning off of it. Like Tim Tszyu ain't that type of guy. You know, Tim Tszyu's work rate isn't really that high. You know what I mean? He will try to go after Charlo, get on the inside, and probably fight him the same way that he fought Tony Harrison. But Tony Harrison was trying to evade and leave that in like inside fighting style. Charlo's going to welcome that shit. That's the difference. You know, Charlo's not going to be thinking about flighting. He's going to be thinking about fighting. He was trying to, you know, use his flight response and his legs wasn't even responding to what his brain was trying to tell him, Tony. But Charlo, he's going to be fighting. He's not going to sit there and, you know what I mean? Like, and he traded with the best of them. I just don't think Tim Tszyu is the hardest puncher that Charlo fought, you know? But in return, Charlo could be the hardest puncher that Tim Tszyu fought. And Tim Tszyu got knocked down by Terrell Goucher, of all people. Terrell Goucher do got some pop. He got some knockouts, but he's not known to be a puncher like that. And he knocked him down off of like one little punch, you know what I'm saying, off of a counter. I see Charlo punching with Tim Tszyu. I don't really know the reach advantage in between them two. I want to say that Charlo's taller with the reach advantage. I just don't know how much it is. But back to what Tim said about Charlo to even want this fight and to be motivated for it, you know, won't leave me as far as when he fights Charlo. He can fight whoever he wants and it's different, but when you fight Charlo, I'm never going to forget the fact that you said that you seen Charlo in the hallway and he's not that big. I mean, I thought he was a lot bigger than that. And then you started talking trash about wanting to fight him after that. Like, I don't really know how I feel about that. Both of y'all being at 154 and he was the champion way before you seen him in the hallway. You really didn't want no smoke because you thought he was bigger than what you thought he was out this motherfucker. When you see him in the hallway, now you got some shit to say. I don't really like that energy. So you can fight a boxer that's skinny like Tony Harrison, but you already had some built up fear inside of you about Charlo. Regardless of how you looked at him in the hallway that day, when y'all sit down in them press conferences and you got to look at him eye to eye and he put that energy to you, we'll see if those feelings start to come the fuck back up. But for you to even have that in your blood just makes me think some type of way when that fight happens. But I got Charlo all day. I mean, I don't even know if this fight could go the distance. It really could. Or Charlo can stop his ass in 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Queen said he want to say Tszyu ain't better than Castaño. I agree. I think old boy from Argentina is better than Tszyu, Tim Tszyu. But you know, we're gonna let the new Australian fans for Tszyu boy, they hype. You know, I ain't mad at them. Let them be hype. You know what I'm saying? Let them talk their shit. And you know, Charlo get his hands on them. We're gonna see what it's all about. Felix Nunez in the super chat. Appreciate the love. He says Tony performance remind me of Kovalev versus Canelo. Yeah, it was some weird shit, bro. You know, a lot of people thought this shit was fake or they thought he took a dive. The only reason I don't say he took a dive is because even though it did look suspect, the reason I don't say he took a dive is because in certain spots, I saw him trying to fight back. I saw him trying to, get in there. He just had the wrong strategy. I don't get what the fuck he was doing. Because if he was taking a dive, he could have went down a few times in that fight. I don't think it was a dive. I think he shot.
Yeah,
I think Tony just shot. I think that everything he thought he was gonna do, he couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just like, motherfucker get to a certain age and shit, And you like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna tear that motherfucker up. Girl, you come over here, watch what I do to your motherfucking pussy, bitch. Watch what I do to you. And then you get over there, and you know, your ass had a few drinks and you fall asleep and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they got old. They washed. That's all it is. So, you know, Tony washed at this point. You know, it's sad, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, he wasn't supposed to be in this position anyway. It was supposed to be Charlo. So he got put into this position, and unfortunately, he made Tim Tszyu look exquisite.
Real good.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Made him look good. So now, another thing I'm going to talk to you about, Ashley, is Bernard Hopkins. You know, because you know you had the Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia press conferences have been going on. They've been popping off. Bernard Hopkins questions why Leonard Ellerbe is there. He says Leonard Ellerbe is just here. He said Leonard is just there to keep Mayweather Promotions alive. He said Leonard ain't got nothing to do with this. And that's hilarious to me. That shit is hilarious. Like, Tank obviously has some type of positive relationship with Leonard.
Yeah. So
that's why he not with Mayweather Promotions, to my knowledge, but he fuck with Leonard. So Bernard Hopkins say Leonard just there. He just in the way. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck is that? Because you could ask, what the fuck is Bernard Hopkins doing with Golden Boy? He just there. Like, bro,
exactly. That's what I was
like, bro, you don't do shit. Go ahead, Ashley. What's your thoughts on it?
You're right. You 100%. That's exactly what I was about to say. I said you can say the same shit about him. The hell are you doing there? And how you gonna be a grown ass top hat turtleneck wearing instigator on purpose, bro? I always said if you a hater and you know it, fuck you. Off of that the guy who said that Jeezy, off that Jeezy shit, man. Stop that hating shit on purpose. You being an instigator for no damn reason, man. They cool, they friends. You know what I'm saying? Like what do Canelo have to do with Ryan Garcia? But he always around him. At one point in time, he was always around him. What do Canelo have to do with what's that other fighter name? What do any of these fighters got to do with anybody? Like they just friends. They're just cool. But as far as Leonard Ellerbe is the CEO of a company. He's probably helping manage Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis probably asked him to be a part of this, just like he asked Kenny Porter to be a part of this. Let the man live. Goddamn, let him eat. Shit. I don't even, and B-Hop be lying like shit. I don't know why he just won't get that shit the fuck up, bro. Like, I still want, he said, yo, he be saying shit just to say it. He said he knows for sure that Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia sparred about 4 or 5 times. I was like, how, when they just met each other and admitted that they just met each other a few months ago? When the fuck did they never sparred each other, yo? They never did. He sat there and lied. He sat there and told the public that Maryland and Philadelphia is an hour away from each other. I said, bro, he just be saying shit, man. The guy just be saying shit out of his mouth. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. And I don't know, why'd you leave Leonard Ellerbe alone, man? Leonard came back with the full white, looking like a grown ass, different ass man and shit. Came back with all the full white beard. I said, man, look at him. Look at him. Came up in the world out this bitch. He went from an old ass man to a dude that got a couple girls in his stable. That's what he looked like. He like a young little pimp. He like an old ass pimp, yo. No bullshit, yo. Yeah. Ron Osley type shit, yo. He owning shit. Yes.
Indeed. Salute to Boxing Fan ×4 in the super chat. He says, stop the cap, 78. He said, 78, stop the cap. You know Tony lost because Alicia messed that boy legs up. No, I don't know that. And I'm not finna put that in cases on Alicia Baumgartner. Y'all stop doing that, man. Stop putting cases on that woman. Because even if she did give him some, who fault is that when you got a fight coming up? You gotta be able to maintain. You gotta be able to maintain. You gotta be able to say no, and I can't do it. I don't care how good it looked. Oh Lord, I know it looked good too, but you can't do it. You just can't do it.
She probably was over that joint. You know what? Y'all not gonna suck me into this. She is not having sex with him. Okay. Y'all are not sucking me into this. She ain't banging no damn Tony Harrison, man. I don't even think that's true, man. Even if she had the pick of the litter, I just don't think she would pick Tony Harrison. No offense, but I just don't think Tony's the one that's banging no cheeks. Nah, I don't think it's him. I'm not saying he didn't have sex, but I'm just saying he had sex with her. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think. Alicia Bobby got a man or something.
She probably does.
I thought she had a man.
She probably does. She's a model. She probably do got a man.
Let me find out Alicia Baumgartner out here in these streets single. Let me find out.
I don't think so.
But I don't think she's single. I thought she had a man or something. But regardless, though, yeah, y'all need to stop putting putting cases on that woman, man. Come on, we gotta quit doing that kind of stuff. If it come out that's what happened, regardless, bro, it's still his responsibility not to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You can't just be going up in stuff like that. That's dangerous. You know, Benny Siegel told Charlamagne, it's dangerous. Nigga, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So anyway, on the other dudes in boxing, you got Tyson Fury and Usyk. Tyson Fury put out some, Usyk, you little big tooth bitch. You know how he be talking shit about Usyk. Usyk say he accepts Tyson Fury's 70-30 split offer, and that he wants Tyson Fury to donate money to the Ukraine from his purse. Now, I personally believe the fight still ain't happening. That's what I believe because I don't believe Usyk is going to take a 70-30 split with Tyson Fury when I know for a fact Usyk got more money on the table to fight someone else. And how are you going to dictate what Tyson Fury do with his fucking money? Donate to the Ukraine. Ukraine already getting welfare from America and shit. Fuck you talking about, bro? Boxing fan times 4 in the super chat. Homie. He says, as long as it ain't no Eddie Hearn, I'm good. Man, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be so disgusted if I found out Alicia was messing with Eddie Hearn, but that's not true. It's just not spreading no gossip. Todd French 600 in the super chat. Appreciate the love. Says B-Hop, be on that kryptonite all day, all night. He says, LOL, Tony went 12 rounds before he went 12 rounds. Oh, okay. He says, LOL, Tony got tightened up, shaking my damn head. Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't shit. Why y'all doing this to that girl, man? Why y'all lying on this girl? Y'all put cases on this girl. Squirrely in the super chat, appreciate the love. He says, wanted to ask a question for the title. No, want to answer the question for the title. No. Okay. We're gonna get to that one. We're gonna come back around to that one. All right. So now, Ashley. So what do you think of Tyson Fury versus Usyk? Usyk supposedly accepted Tyson Fury's 70-30 offer without really accepting it. Everybody's reporting on it, but then Usyk manager come out today and say they want a rematch clause. So that means the fight is not done.
No, it's not. What do you mean? So you said that Usyk wants Tyson Fury to give money to the Ukraine?
Yeah, Usyk.
You mean if they fight, he wants some of it to come out of his purse if he loses or something, or
no.
Period.
Usyk is saying he will see Tyson Fury wants a 70-30 split from the Usyk fight in his favor. Usyk is saying I will accept that challenge, accept that offer if you donate a portion of your purse to the people of Ukraine. And if Fury agreed to that, he an idiot. Hey, bro, how the fuck you gonna tell me to do that?
How Fury gonna ask for 70%?
Well, Fury just he don't really want to fight Usyk.
Exactly. And Usyk is like, well, shit, I don't really want to fight you either. Talk about this is games, This bunch of bullshit. That's what it sounds like. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. But if they fought each other, I definitely would be down to watch that shit. I definitely would want to watch it just to see how that would turn out. Um, if he can beat Fury, he'll be some suede shoe wearing, twinkle toe around the ring angles like a motherfucker. He'll look like a heavyweight Lomachenko in the ring if he can pull that off. But we all know it's possible because what's that guy named that cut the hell out of Fury's eye? He did that shit. I can't remember his name.
I'll be Wilder.
The fight. Wallen, yeah, he opened him up, so it's not like it's not possible that he can get opened up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, yo. That's a tall order right there. Especially if he going to be using any of them tactics like he did against Wilder, he has no chance in beating Fury. But I would love to see that fight because why not? But actually, I take that back. I don't want Tyson Fury to have a chance at undisputed, to be honest. I don't care how petty and salty it sounds, but I honestly don't. I would like to see that fight, but I don't want him to have a chance at undisputed. I don't think he deserves it, for real.
Right. They need to what they need to do is they need to give Tyson Fury and Usyk. Well, I'll say this. I'll take that back. Fury and Usyk both have offers on the table for a lot more money to fight other people than to fight each other. The Undisputed is a great historical matchup for the heavyweight division, but neither one of these dudes really want to fight each other because there's no money in that fight. That's why Fury is fighting so hard to get 70% to make it to at least, if I got to fight this guy, at least I can make some money. But if he split 50-50, Fury he liable to walk out there with $3 million. And that's still a lot of money, but to Fury, after coming off of fighting Deontay Wilder, that's not a lot of money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's the situation. Let me ask you this, Ash. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a detour because I never asked you this. And I think the people in the chat want to know, especially people that are not sub to your channel. What's your passion for boxing come from? What got you into the sport of boxing? So I'm interrogating you now.
Okay. The first time I seen boxing on television, I was shocked and surprised that things that we do here at home, people actually do on television.
Right.
Meaning fighting, I really didn't. It's like I was that young and naive at what was going on around me. I really didn't know that there was pro boxing on television at that very young age. So when I seen it, I loved it. And when I first seen a women's fight, I was shocked then. I was shocked again, like, dang, women fight too, and my family is really, really not big. Like, my mom's really ain't big on that type of stuff. And I grew up as a tomboy. I wanted to wrestle in high school. In middle school, I wanted to wrestle. I wanted to play football. I wanted to do so many things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. My mother didn't let me do none of it. I'm kind of glad she didn't. But at the same time, I wanted to box. I wanted to be in MMA. I wanted to do both of them. Like, I had my brothers try to tell my moms that, it's not the way she's thinking and you should just let her try. Because my mother was down to, because all of us are athletic. I'm the youngest of 7 kids. I have 3 brothers and I have 3 sisters, and I'm the youngest of everybody. All of us are very athletic. She makes sure we're into whatever we want to be into as far as sports, and we're always at the top. We're always, the top state, or we win states. All 3 of my brothers won state before. As far as wrestling, they were track stars. We were track stars. Us girls were track stars. We played basketball. We did volleyball. Like, we played sports, and she was down with that all the time. I was playing basketball since I was 4. So my mother was down to help us in playing these sports because she knew how athletic we was, but she was not down for me to box or to me to be in karate or MMA or none of that. Yeah. She was not down. Even though my brothers was in karate and stuff, she wasn't down for me doing none of that because I'm the baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Even though she has 4 daughters, I'm the youngest one, and I wanted to do things that nobody else in my family wanted to do. Like my brothers didn't even want to box or nothing like that, but I wanted to do it. We didn't know anybody in or around us that can help me into it, and my moms didn't want me to do it. Period. So when I got into like my brothers was telling her that I'll be good. Like Ashley can handle herself. She'll be fine. Ashley, just let her try it or whatever. My mother wasn't having that shit. So when I was in my 20s, I went looking for places. You know what I'm saying? Like I found nothing. I came up empty-handed. I didn't really have transportation at certain points of the time. I used to go on social media sites, Black Planet and all that types of stuff, just to ask people what's around my area, any gyms, any this, any that. Nothing. Like I really feel like I was born ahead of my time. If I was born 10 years after, I probably would have became a pro boxer because I would have been able to do it myself. But I didn't move into Baltimore until I was like in my late 20s. You know what I'm saying? And even then, I didn't know nothing about no Upton gym. I didn't know shit. I didn't know nothing, you know? So at the times that I could have did it, I tried. I didn't find anybody. And when I finally found somebody, I was like probably my mid-20s. And it wasn't a boxing gym, but it was a regular gym that had boxing gear in it, and it had a ring. Okay. And I went to that gym, and from that gym I was like, I had bought some Everlast gloves, and I was hitting the bag because they had bags in there, and I was hitting the bag. A dude walked up to me and asked me a bunch of questions or whatever, and I asked him a bunch of questions, and he turned out to be somebody that was about to do Golden Gloves. He was like a heavyweight. He wasn't a trainer. He wasn't nothing but a boxer himself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking he can help me, and he did. I trained with him for like a week and a half. Okay. And that was it. Because at the end of that training in a week and a half, he wanted something from me that I wasn't willing to give him, if you understand what I'm saying. Right. All I wanted was to get in touch with his trainer, but he didn't give me that, if you understand what I'm saying. He really didn't give me information on what I needed to move forward. He was talking about taking me to Mexico to sign up for something or whatever. And I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed real weird. But he didn't want to take me nowhere but to the bedroom. For real. But at the training and shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? I sparred once.
I'm sorry, was his name Cadillac Red?
Nah.
Okay. I made sure because Red shit like that.
I don't even remember that dude. I don't even remember the dude's name, yo. It started with a J. I know exactly what he looked like. I don't even remember his name because I called him a nickname. I didn't call him by his real name. But whatever. But that's as far as that I went with that. You know what I mean? And I couldn't go any further with that because I didn't know anybody to help me. And as much as I went to that gym, nobody really knew anybody that could, further me in anything. By the time I turned 30, matter of fact, before 30, I was like, yeah, I was 30. And I think I seen that that Tough Enough or whatever you call it, they was having their first girls joint for everybody to come to their joint. Man, I had my $1,000 ticket and all of that shit ready or whatever, and I found out I was pregnant.
Wow.
But I was gonna go to that motherfucking MMA women's joint or whatever. I was gonna go to that shit because you really didn't need nothing. You didn't need nothing to be a part of it. You didn't really need shit. Like it was a black chick that was in that joint that never had an MMA fight at all, and they allowed her to compete and try out. Man, I was gonna be a part of that shit until I found out I was pregnant. I was pregnant at 30. I was like 3 months at the time when I found out. When I wanted to go to that joint and I found out because I started getting sick as shit. It's weird as shit how things happen in my life, but that's why I always loved boxing. It seemed like it came a second nature to me. I've always been into wrestling because of my brothers. They always was wrestlers, and I was the smallest one in the family, and they always used to try to put me in wrestling moves. And I'm a very flexible person, and even when I was younger, I was even more flexible, and they couldn't put me in shit. Like my brother would tell you, I'm responsible for him being state. They couldn't keep me in nothing. My brother Tremaine would tell you, I'm responsible for him winning state 2 years in a row.
Right.
And practicing no bias, it wasn't working. So I know a lot about wrestling. I know a lot about MMA. I know a lot about boxing. Like, I'm not a violent person. I won't say that I'm a violent person. But when it comes to people wanting to fight, I'm sure enough your motherfucking Huckleberry. No bullshit, yo. I'm not a person that's violent. I'll say it again. I'm not a violent person. When it comes to people want to fight me, I'd rather have a reason to fight. I'm not gonna fight you because you think I said some shit. I'm gonna be like, yo, I didn't say it and I didn't mean it like that. And if you still want to fight, we can fight. But I'm always gonna tell a motherfucker first, because I'm telling you, I don't know how much I'm gonna do to your ass. I just don't. I don't know how much I'm gonna do. So hopefully somebody's around you to help, because I don't know how much I'm gonna do to your ass. You know? I really don't. Yeah. But as far as boxing, I love boxing. I've always loved boxing. It's a great sport. You know, I like MMA too, but you know, boxing is special to me. It's different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So this was some. We got a similar story, a little different, but we got a similar story. I always wanted to box. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some type of combat sports and shit as a kid, but you know, I had one love more than I love boxing, and that's what fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? I love food. You know what I'm saying? And with my height, I can't be 200 plus pounds at 5'8", 5'9". Can't happen. You can't box like that. Get your ass all the way whooped. So it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? I love sandwiches, you know, everything grandma had to offer. You know what I'm saying? But I can talk that shit though. I can talk hella shit about some boxing. But I never got a chance to do what I wanted to do. In my teenage years, I did. Drew Titan, LLC, in the super chat showing love. Much love, much appreciation, homie. Said, just came in the building, and the first thing I hear is, I'm flexible. Yeah, that's what all men hear, because y'all are perverts. You disgusting perverts. You, Drew Titan, Cadillac Red, I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. Lord have mercy. All you heard. After all that stuff this woman just said, you heard. See? Creeps. We're total creeps. You know what I'm saying? That's how the simp niggas be talking. You know, fucking creeps. But anyway, let's ask this question now, Ashley. Growing up, who were your favorite boxers? Who inspired you?
My favorite boxers growing up, I always liked Mayweather, man. I thought Mayweather was the shit. Like, I honestly did not miss one of his fights. I liked Mayweather. That's the one. When I was younger, it is like I said, like my family really wasn't into boxing like that. Only like two of my brothers, and when my uncles and cousins came around, they put that shit on TV. So I really didn't get to watch that shit besides certain occasions, and when my other cousins was down there, my uncles or whatever, and they put it on TV. So by that time, the person that was killing was Floyd. Like, that's who I watched all the time, was Floyd. Like, I really didn't watch everybody else. Anytime people would talk about Floyd, I would look into their fights and stuff like that. But back then, it really wasn't, the internet wasn't around so easily to get in touch with or get in with. Like, I didn't have a phone that had the internet on it and none of that stuff. So I just watched it in spurts, and it was always Floyd Mayweather. And after Floyd, I started just watching everything. I started watching everybody. I seen Earl Spence in the amateurs, and I liked him immediately. When I seen him fight like 2 amateur fights. I don't know who it was, but he stopped both of them from body shots. It looked real weird. And I always liked uppercuts and body shots. So I liked him. I liked how he looked. I liked his style. He looked professional, even though it was amateur. And when he went pro and I seen him, I was like, yo, that's that dude that was fighting amateur. And since then, he was my favorite fighter. Yeah, he was my number one favorite fighter. Then I seen Tank, and I seen that he was from Baltimore, and I liked his style. And I was like, yo, he part of Mayweather. I said, damn, yo, that's the dude. You know, he the one. So he was like my second favorite fighter, you know, and I got into boxing more, you know, and I started looking at them heavyweights because I got tired of looking at Klitschko's, bro. I got so tired of that shit. Was so boring watching Klitschko's fight. Like, I just stopped watching heavyweights fight. When I went back to it and I seen Wilder, I was like, yep, that's a favorite. So that was my 3 favorite fights. It was Earl Spence, Tank, and Wilder. That's just how it came to be. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's just because the heavyweights had me so bored off them damn Klitschko's, bro. Like I ain't even checked to watch the fucking heavyweights fight for a long time, man. And then when I got back to it, like I remember saying to Wilder was telling me, so what, do you know about Wilder? And I was like, no, like he had to tell me, and I like looked into it, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I know about him and that dude AJ or whatever, and we was talking about it at work and shit, and I was like, yeah. And when I seen him, that's when I was like, yeah, when I watched one of his fights instead of just watching him talk or something that he previously did, when I watched him beat the shit out of Bermane he beat the shit out of Bermane Stiverne the first time to get the title. I was like, yeah, like I fucks with Wilder. I fucks with Deontay Wilder, man. I always like power punches. I've always liked boxing. You know what I'm saying? I like the sweet science of boxing, but nothing compares to somebody that know both. And nothing compares to me to when, I can watch somebody outpoint somebody all day and don't get no stoppage. They don't drop the fighter. And that's cool. But if I watch that same performance, 9 rounds and to the late rounds, and he actually stop the dude and drop him, it's more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like because I get best of both worlds. Then I get somebody to hit the mat and look like the work that they was doing was justified. It wasn't just trickery of my eyes. Them punches really did land and hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of just seeing somebody like do a pillow fight back and forth the whole damn time. And that's no offense to that. But at the same time, like that's why my favorites are my favorites. All of my favorites are punches. All of my favorites get knockouts. Right. I don't really check for fighters that don't get knockouts. They're not part of the people that I check for. Do I watch other fighters? Of course. I watch damn near everybody. Like that's part of what I do now. But my favorites gotta be people that knows how to throw power punches and knock people out or throw some uppercuts and some body shots like Earl Spence Jr.
Okay. So in other words, you like a man that can get in the pussy, make you come, and get up out of there instead of somebody gonna last an hour and ain't doing nothing. That what you talking about? I'm sorry, I'm a creep too.
Yes.
Queen 71 says, and he fine as hell. Queen, this is what I'm gonna tell you. What we're not gonna do on this channel.
Earl Spence? That's what you talking about?
You talking about the brothers you was talking about. See, Queen,
all 3 of them.
We're not gonna sexualize men on this channel, Queen. We're not gonna do that. Contrary to popular belief, Queen, men, we have feelings and we have brains. We're smart. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to be sexualized. I'm not gonna let these good brothers be sexualized by Queen 71 and Ashley. Drew Titan, what's up with a homie in the super chat? He says, Clubber Lane got my cousin into boxing. True story. Yeah, man, that can happen, man. Clubber Lane was a bad motherfucker. But anyway, let's get to the question of the show. The topic of the show is, can Costa Tszyu's boy Tim Tszyu stop Jermell Charlo? Is it possible, Ashley?
For Tony to take as many punches at the top of his cranium the way he did and all of them uppercuts the way he did before falling, no, it's not possible. I don't think he got the power or the know-how to actually make that happen versus somebody like Charlo. Charlo not going to stand there and look at him or look at the ground or stand there with a high. He's not going to just stand there, bro. And what was up with Tony not clinching at all? Like, what the fuck? How you gonna be a slick boxer but don't know how to clinch? That should be part of the game. That shit doesn't even make any sense. But Charlo ain't gonna sit there and just allow him to pound away on his ass for real. And I don't really know the specs of Tim Tszyu, but he really didn't look that big. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he's probably smaller than Castano. You know what I'm saying? For real. And if that's the case, I don't see how he's gonna even land 5 of anything straight on Charlo to drop him. Like Charlo got a way tougher chin in my opinion than Tony Harrison. And Tony Harrison still took the blunt forces of his punches in a row before he fell. Now on the other hand, just like I said, what's his name? Terrell punched him one time off the counter, one punch, and it dropped Tim Tszyu. So, in my opinion, man, if Tim Tszyu really want to get into a firefight with Charlo, it's not going to end up the way that he think it is, man. If anything, he's going to be the one end up hitting the mat. And Tim Tszyu seems like he's a power puncher that comes forward, and that's how he stops and get his decisions. What's going to happen when he's punching somebody that won't budge, that won't fall, that won't drop, and he's hitting you back and hurting you more than you can see that you're hurting Charlo? Like, I just think it's going to be a different fight, and we're going to see Tim squirm a little bit. If that's what his game plan is stand on the inside and try to stop Charlo, it's a bad idea. I don't think he got it in him.
Yeah. Good breakdown. Man, I'm looking at this shit like, can Tszyu boy stop Jermell Charlo? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I really don't trust these niggas no more. I don't know what these niggas going to do. Like, the Charlo who we know? Of course not. The Charlo that we know, he smashed the gas on Tszyu. It beats him. I mean, 6 rounds, he knocked his ass out. No question. But who gonna show up to the fight? I mean, who the fuck is gonna be in the ring? I don't know about these dudes. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
What Charlo shows up is the question.
Right. Is he gonna take Tszyu
Is Charlo gonna move up? Is he moving up or no?
I don't know. With that? I don't know.
Because if he's moving up, I'm thinking like this was his last fight. Like he ain't. You better not let this Australian take your title before you move.
Right.
You better not. Bet not. And you was talking about give me the last time I seen Charlo, he was like, give me the tall motherfucker. Give me Fondora. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. And if you want to fight Fondora, and besides Fondora, you got Tim Tszyu, well, you better beat Tim Tszyu ass. Because Fondora, in my opinion, probably fucked Tim Tszyu up. Because Tim Tszyu just put earmuffs on and come forward. He's not really a quick-footed fighter. He just come forward. He'll get beat the hell up before you even get there.
And to be honest with you, Tim Tszyu don't really punch that hard. I mean, he's a hard puncher.
Because he hit you so many times over and over and over and over. It took all of that to drop Tony Harrison. It took a lot.
He was hitting the fuck out of Tony Harrison. He was beating his. I was like, yo, stop the fight. He gonna fuck around and kill Tony. Yo, what the fuck? Tony was standing up though. I'm like, this is crazy. He getting tagged. Like, bro, he a solid puncher, but he not like from 1 to 10. I would say his punching power is like a 7.5, 8 maybe. It's not no like devastating one hitter quitter power.
Nah.
David Jackson in the super chat, appreciate the love, homie. Says, hell no, Mel stops him in 8. Yeah, I think Mel stopped him too, man. I just don't trust these dudes, bro. Ty French 600 in the super chat, appreciate the love, fam. Coming through with the 5-piece chicken nugget. He says Tim has no lateral movement, can easily pivot. What the fuck is that word? This thing's using all these words. Subcapital to the jab. Subcapital to the jab. Man, why are you using these words, brother? Why are you trying to humiliate me with these fucking words, bro? He's susceptible. This nigga say he pivot and he's susceptible.
He had to do that. He had to put that in there.
He had to do that shit. This nigga just want to do that shit to make a fool of me because he know I'm drunk. Nigga say he's susceptible to the jab. Charlo best attribute is the jab. He got exposed with the jab. #cook. Don't be coming here using the words no more, bro. Words the fuck up out of here. Let me see here. We got Queen 71.
Right.
Super chat showing love. Much love, much appreciation. The lovely Queen, she said, Mel got too big of a chip on his shoulder to lay down. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, Mel, he got the right kind of crazy to whoop dude ass.
Yeah. The right kind. Yeah.
Yeah, he got the right kind of crazy. Just enough to whoop
Tim
dude
don't. Ass. Tim, when you don't have energy for somebody that's in your weight class that you know that got all the titles, when you don't have no smoke for that, you don't want no smoke until you see him. and now you want some smoke, bro. That's just, it makes me telling you, like, deep down inside, do you really got that dog in you for Charlo? If worse comes to worse in that fight versus Charlo, will you fold because you already was thinking he was bigger than you, and now that you seen that he's a fightable size, and when you get in there and he knock your damn your vertigo loose in this bitch, if you knock your shit loose in the fight, are you going those, some of those feelings might rehatch like an old fucking vomit, like an old burp, a verp, or whatever you call it, and you burp and vomit at the same time. That all of them nasty ass fumes gonna come the fuck back up in that damn fight, and he ain't gonna fight the way he's supposed to, man. That's some in-rooted type of scariness that he had for Charlo. Like, who the fuck cares how big he is? And your Charlo don't look that damn big for you to say that you didn't want to fight him until you seen his ass and you thought he was a lot bigger than that. Like, bro, for real, I thought you was a lot bigger than that till I seen you with them damn ankle shoes. Like, why did he wear them low cut fucking boxer shoes? It like he had on regular tennis shoes in that bitch. Oh bullshit. Yeah. Like he had on, Tim looked like he had on Skechers. Like he had on low top Skechers.
That nigga had some them Air Max on and shit. Nigga had some Air Max on fighting and shit. Like, what the fuck is you doing, bro?
Shit. What is
wildin'. The lovely Queen 71 back in that super chat. Appreciate you, Queen. She says, Mel, the kind of nigga that will take the money and kill you anyway. Mel for KO or 7. Yeah, he seemed like the type of
that's crazy as hell. That's crazy.
Take the money and kill you.
Did you see Tim Tszyu was dancing for his ring walk before you came out to that damn Biggie Smalls? Yeah.
No, I missed
it.
Like,
why are you dancing like that? He was like trying to do a 2-step and he was like tapping his feet all off beat and shit. I was like, what the fuck is Tim doing standing there?
Wow.
Yeah, the dance moves was whack as fuck, man. It was whack as shit. Like, yo, you ever seen an old person try to tap their shoe while standing up, not sitting down though? They try to tap their, but they off beat. His heel was off the ground and he was tapping his toe off. Like, what the fuck are you doing, Tim?
Shots fired to all the old people.
Bruh, I just said.
Y'all gotta sit down when y'all tap y'all shoe. If y'all stand up, your equilibrium gonna be fucked up with the rhythm.
It looked horrible. Then he started walking down. He did a little dance or whatever, and he started walking down. I said, who the fuck constructed that 8 count that he just did? That shit is horrible. His whole little dance routine was horrible and shit. It looked like he was too nervous to do it. And like he finished in halfway through the 8 count, he just gave up and just started walking down. Like, they didn't teach Tim how to dance or get his man some dancers coming out to this damn ring walk in his home country. Out this bitch look dry as hell. No bullshit.
That's fucked up. All the way fucked up. Yeah. Well, Ash, tell the people where they can find you.
Oh shit. Y'all can find me right here on YouTube under Ashley's Corner. Ashley spelled ASHLEE with apostrophe S, corner with the K. That's how you spell it right here on YouTube. I do have my own channel. I make videos. I made a video today, actually. In my video, you can let me know what you think about a 78. I made a video about Frank Martin fighting William Zepeda. Frank Martin is ranked, I believe, number 2, and Zepeda is ranked number 3. The number 1 is Ryan, that's fighting Tank, and the number 4, that's Lomo, is fighting Devin Haney, and number 5 is Shakur Stevenson, which William Zepeda did not want to fight. So, What do you think about that fight? But real quick, right here on YouTube under Ashley's Corner, my handle is Ashley's Corner right here on YouTube, and I go live every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I make videos, I do shorts, I get it in. I'm here every Monday with 78 with the general here for the LDBC gospel for real. And I have a Twitter page under Ashley's Corner. I have an IG under candid_a.g. Come check me out, y'all. Come check me out.
Yeah, and y'all convince Ashley to post more pictures on her IG because
Oh.
Ash ain't giving you no perv action at all on IG. She like, nope, nigga, nope. What about this boxing though? What about this boxing? So make sure y'all convince Ashley, you know what I'm saying, to put some more pictures of herself up there. Salute to the queen. Make sure y'all check her out. One of the most knowledgeable women about boxing I've ever met. I'm always intrigued by Ashley's ability to chop it up about boxing. So salute to the queen, first lady of the mighty LDBC. Make sure y'all go over and check out the homie KQKC boxing coming up next. We'll see y'all next Monday. Deuces.
Appreciate you.